Let's go.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction.
Let's go.
When Raw, SmackDown, WWE, or AEW end, tune in to The Joe Cronin Show. Live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action. All of it. The Joe Cronin Show. Your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
Coming to you live from the sold-out Pepsi Center in... No, I'm just kidding. No, what's going on, everybody? Monday Night Raw was garbage. Yeah, Monday night. That's what tonight was. Nothing happened on Raw that popped me. The goddamn presidents and the candidate the candidate for presidents, the candidates, were more entertaining to me than Raw. I don't even like politics. I don't want to talk about politics. But I happen to have my eyes on my Twitter feed, and like while I'm watching Raw, the political candidates for presidency were more entertaining than Raw. One of them released a video of him coming from the hospital and arriving back at the White House like it's a blockbuster movie directed by Michael Bay. And the other guy is going on telling everybody that only black people stock shelves. I mean, let me tell you something. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are 100 times more entertaining than Raw, and it's a sad entertaining, like it's kind of pathetic, but it's still more entertaining than Raw. I mean, what are you doing? What is going on? We had football games were on tonight. All kinds of stuff was on tonight. It was unbelievable, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, bro, Raw was horrible. This was let's just relive every week over and over again every time. And then do little advances.
As bad as last week, honestly.
What?
I didn't think it was as bad as last week, honestly.
I really can't tell anymore. It all just blends together for me. I don't remember last week.
Had a few, surprises, I guess you could say, this week, and they tried a few things.
Yeah, it's got to be better because of the Mustafa thing, at least. Like, So,
I mean, that right off the bat, I don't hate that idea. That Revelation, they did it pretty decently. It wasn't something that I saw coming. I can certainly say that. I didn't see him being the leader of Retribution by any means.
well, but he keeps almost being the leader of all kinds of things. Like he was the hacker maybe, and then he was the guy for justice, all of it, and now he's the leader of Retribution. So it makes sense. He tried all these stupid things or something, and
yeah, I didn't see him as the
I didn't.
leader of Retribution though.
I didn't either. I didn't.
So they the way they presented it wasn't bad. Could always be better, but it wasn't awful. I mean, Raw Underground is gone, so that's a positive. They're done with that. They gave up on it. I that's always been my problem too. Like Packer said in the chat, it only takes one RKO to pin Drew McIntyre when he kicked out of umpteenth of them previously at pay-per-views and stuff. That's always a problem with the shows and pay-per-views. But
yeah,
most of this tonight was just story-related issues, and that's the thing. I mean, they don't have enough tag teams or women tag teams there to keep things going for either one of those belts, and there wasn't enough interesting material really. I just found tonight to be a little less boring than compared to last week, and I'm not saying by much.
Probably. Yeah, I get that. I think you're probably right, but it's just I felt it's
Seth
just the week after week wear down is getting to me.
Yeah. It's killer. I didn't want to watch Raw at all. It took every ounce of strength I had to not fall asleep at one point.
Yeah, it was. I'm asleep right now. I'm out of it, dude. I couldn't have coffee tonight because I had so much coffee during the week, this whole week, that it's been keeping me up. I'll probably end up staying up anyway. Hopefully I don't though. But drinking coffee at like 8 p.m. has been ruining my life. So I stayed away from it tonight, and it was hard, man. This was really hard to keep up with. This was a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much substance to it. I was trying to focus on some of the good. I like the Seth Rollins stuff. Him and obviously Murphy was well acted, well spoken. It was believable. I like the interaction between those two, and I like that they were the focal points, and the Mysterio family was finally on the back burner. They were the afterthought.
Wait a minute,
to this.
You're always shitting on the acting. You thought this was good tonight with this?
Yeah, I thought Seth was really good.
Well, Seth was all right, but I mean
Seth and Buddy, I thought they were really good back and forth.
Yeah,
and him begging him to apologize and beating the hell out of each other.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you meant like the girl. I thought Aaliyah was like, she's like, stop.
No, she was terrible.
Stop.
No. That's why I said the
Okay.
Mysterio family took a seat in the back burner this time, which was nice. They only came out at the end. They weren't the entire focal point. The main focus of this was their relationship and the fact that the disciple was, not following the rules of his leader. So I like that they had, such a strong breakup, and it was pretty definitive. So.
Yeah, it's surprising. I was wrong.
They're trying to cut off all the storylines before the draft. So
yeah.
That's really, they're trying to finish up a bunch of odds and ends, or at least get as much done.
Well, that's why I don't like this at all. It's like because it's just about getting to the draft. I kind of forgot about that once we realized they announced the draft. It's always bad. We always forget that the minute they announce that there's a draft, everybody should realize, oh, great. So we're in for like 5 weeks of cruise control until they get the draft going, because it's all worthless.
Yeah. Because once they don't have any plans. I mean, what we're seeing reported now is originally they wanted to have the next opponent in line be Bray Wyatt for Roman Reigns. Now they're not doing that because they had things change with the draft. They have no idea what they're doing. I guarantee Mustafa Ali being the leader of Retribution was a last-minute decision. I guarantee this was not a planned idea for long.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, I don't think there was anything really redeemable about the rest of the show. And because I'm saying it's 1 point better, we're talking a 3 out of 10 instead of a 2 out of 10. I was just trying to start off by saying that the two good things were I didn't see them coming with Mustafa Ali being leader, and Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy were pretty damn good.
Yeah, like if last week was a 2, this was like a 3.
Everything else on this show was pure shit. Natalya and Lana need to stay off your TV in that opening match. Randy Orton sounded ridiculous in his opening promo.
Yeah, what
the only
hell
thing I
was
liked
that?
about the intro was Drew McIntyre making some freaking sense. He looked like a man possessed. and there was no such thing as an invisible force field. It pisses me off all the time when you know someone's in the building and they're cutting this promo about you, and you're not supposed to attack them or touch them because they're somewhere in the back or they're outside of the ring or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that Drew went and found him, choked him up against the wall, and then smacked the shit out of him was a, you know, a pretty decent way to end it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I couldn't give a shit about this, you know, this whole thing that they have going on. I'm tired of Orton. I can't wait for Drew to move on and find a different opponent, but now we know we just have to get through Hell in a Cell to get away from that.
When's Hell in a Cell next week?
A couple weeks, not to the end of the month.
Man, they were selling this like Hell in a Cell is next week. Like tonight, they're like, oh my God, to Hell in the Cell. It was like all about that, and I was like, is it next week?
It's October 25th, so another 20 days away.
Oh my God, dude. They're selling it like it's next week. We're going to have to endure this for another 3 weeks. Like, we're going to have to watch Raw next week and the week after that. We're going to have to watch
Thankfully,
two
next
more
week
Raws.
will be pretty quick because it'll be the draft, so it won't have much to do with the Raw storylines.
Oh, okay.
And then the week after that will be the go-home show. So it won't be too dragged out, thankfully, but it's still going to be annoying.
Yeah, I'm already annoyed. Just have Hell in the Cell.
Party.
Sup Joe and Jake # Joe Cronin University.
Clifton Brown, what's going on, Clifton Brown? Thank you, Clifton, for dropping the 316. But it was on the super chat side, so we got the super chat party instead, baby. Thanks, man. Appreciate the donation. What's going on, guys? I am sleepy as hell from this shit, dude. I honestly don't know what's wrong with WWE. It's getting annoying. WWE, AEW news. Yeah, it's basically. I mean, this has been going on a long time now, man. This has been a goddamn mess. So, I mean, tonight was a perfect example of it. And this show put me to sleep. I almost fell asleep. I fell asleep in my chair at one point, but it was only for 3 minutes. But I realized I did. I'm like, oh, I just fell asleep. I fell asleep in my chair. Like you said, Randy Orton's opening promo was whatever, but Drew was kind of cool tonight, but not much really. Nobody stood out as something I liked from this show, except for I was a little interested that Mustafa Ali was the leader, and I was like, what? This is weird, but okay. But really, nothing stood out on this show as like, can't wait for that to happen.
There's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing, any type of like continuation of storylines. There's no reason to tune into Raw next week.
Yeah,
still,
I don't know. Maybe Ali will surprise us too as the leader of Retribution. I don't see that either. It's weird.
A former police officer leading Antifa, like it's just. Yeah. I get what.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he should be a former he'd be a history teacher leading Antifa. That's usually what.
Yeah.
I mean, most of those Antifa people over in Washington are like fucking teachers manipulating our kids in a craziness. So, you would think that he would be like that instead of like, oh, I was a cop. I mean, maybe not though. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter. I mean, you got guys named T-Bar and shit like that. And Slapjack. I mean, you could have told me Dildo Man was the leader of Retribution, and I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
yeah, because there's not much to the group. Anybody will fit. They're just about chaos and destruction.
Yeah, and the names they have. I mean, like, it's whatever. Oh, Sir Huggington's.
Introducing the newest member of Retribution, Admiral Akbar.
Oh no, he's dead. Sir Huggington. He's dead, man.
It's a trap.
Yeah, he died. They killed him in that feminist movie, Star Wars Last Feminist. Sir Huggington's, thank you. Sir Huggington's is the top donation, so we're going to put him on the list, man. Thank you, Sir Huggington's. God bless your whole family. Huggington's. I don't know. I can't even spell tonight. Sir Huggington's. I don't know. I think I spelled it right. Whatever.
So the opening, I didn't care. Like we said for Orton, this isn't over till I say it's over. He just kind of sounded ridiculous.
This isn't over till I say it's over.
Very petty.
I thought it was all right, but it was okay. But it wasn't special.
It didn't infuriate me, but it definitely frustrated me. I just like the fact that Drew felt human. He looked, like an actual badass, and he went searching for Orton instead of waiting for him to come.
Yeah,
to him,
Randy
so.
went full shredder talking to the Turtles over the TV mode,
Yeah.
So
Dr. Claw minus the voice.
Yeah, he was in super weird supervillain guy mode. Like
Yeah,
very
and now we have the expected result of another Hell in a Cell match. So now we know both titles for the men's side are being fought in a Hell in a Cell, it seems.
Well, it looks like
so we got Roman and Uso versus, and then we got these two. So
it looks like I think Drew's dropping the belt at Hell in a Cell.
You might not be wrong.
Yeah, I think he's dropping
with all the hokey, crazy shit we've seen happen at Hell in a Cell the past few years.
Wait, is there a draft the next 2 weeks or just next week?
It's 2 episodes. It's Friday and it's this coming Friday and this coming Monday. So.
Okay, all right. So they do have one more week to clean up. So
yeah.
So probably
after that,
because
the go home show.
Because Randy got the pin tonight, I think Drew will get him back probably, and then Randy will win in Hell in a Cell somehow. I don't know how he'll win, but he's gonna do something. I'm hoping for a fireball. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen a good old fireball to the eyes. It's been a while. Give us a fireball.
And we got Keith Lee getting the fireball back in June?
Oh, you're right. Never mind. You're right. He did.
But besides that, it hadn't been ages. So.
You're right. It had been a while, but you're right. He did just get one. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It'd be funny if he did it and then he was like, and you know who gave me the idea? Drew. It happened to your buddy.
That would work.
I know. I don't know. So they won't. They probably really won't do that now. But oh fuck. Oh well. Well, there goes
something ingenious like that, like a really good cheating method we haven't seen in a while.
Man, I totally forgot they just did that. That's that's how fucked up my brain is. I'm fucked.
Super Chat Party.
It's our buddy Spaz Phoenix.
Calling it Retribution gets drafted to SmackDown.
Retribution drafted to SmackDown. I don't think they want to put them on the same show with Roman.
God knows where they're going to put Roman.
Oh God! Well, Fox.
Fox wants him, but so does USA. And
anybody who stays or is drafted to Raw should end their lives right now.
Yeah, you want to if you are on SmackDown, you want to stay there.
Yeah, if you're on SmackDown, you're like, I wrestle for the WWE, man. I go out there, have a good time, and everything's all right. It's not the best, but whatever. If you're on Raw, you're like, I wrestle for the WWE, and I want to die. Like, that's basically, like, that's how I feel they feel. I mean, SmackDown, not the greatest morale. Raw is like the toilet bowl.
Yeah, Raw is a concentration camp.
Yeah, Raw.
That's really what it comes down to.
Oh, yeah, they're all Jews.
But SmackDown is just a bad weekend getaway.
Hey, shout out to the king, ladies and gentlemen. He is Luis Antonio Alejandro. He is the king of Monetized this Friday night, the king of the Joe Cronin Show. Shout out to Mr. Alejandro. He is the man and the king. So we got to shout him out all week long. Baby doll. He's wet. Don't be a cutie pie. Don't be a cutie pie. I don't know what John wanted me to do, but I don't know. We'll find out, man. Keith Lee to SmackDown. Yeah, maybe. Oh my God, he can only pray that he would go to SmackDown. Please send me to SmackDown.
Yeah, at this point.
How homoerotic is this photo, by the way? Hey, did you ever hear any news about Balor? Because I didn't. I know he had his jaw jacked up, so But
I looked earlier and I've not heard anything yet, but I'm gonna keep checking.
Yeah, I still haven't heard anything either.
Yeah, it said that the last I heard didn't seem fully legitimate, but it was talking something like he went off script at the end to end the match early, and that was likely because he was injured. But I don't know if that's definite. That was just kind of hearsay, it seemed.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell that he was fucked up because, like I said, he was bleeding like real live blood. The other guy, Kyle O'Reilly, looked like he just bit his lip really hard and like ripped open something. But I mean, Balor looked like he was spitting out like gushing blood. Like it was very strange. So yeah, it looks like we still don't know, or maybe somebody in the chat knows and we've seen it. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, because the finish did come out of nowhere. So I do agree with that. The way they reversed everything beforehand, and they did definitely, rush into the ending. But
will you shut up, man? Listen, who is? Will you shut up, man? Listen, who is?
Clown.
Will you shut up, man? What else we got?
Regarding the injuries suffered last night.
Well, I mean,
Alvarez
what else on
revealed
Raw?
that the champion might have broken his jaw. That's nothing's been confirmed. That's the last thing.
Oh, the curse! The curse of the NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Here you win, you get injured. Here you win, you get injured.
How many times have we had an injured NXT champ now? My God.
What is going on?
McIntyre, Rude. It just keeps going. Balor. Jesus.
This is bad, man. This is bad. Unbelievable.
Hopefully that's not the case, because it looked like he was in pain.
Dude, it looked bad. He was, like I said, it was like you could tell. It was like that was real blood pumping out of his mouth, and yet
that bright red.
Yeah, it was thick, and it was like, wow, and I couldn't believe. I mean, but I can't believe he broke his jaw. Holy hell! If that's the case,
that's the guess at this point. So,
wow, yikes! And Raw put me to sleep tonight, man. You guys can tell I couldn't drink coffee today. I'm staying away from it today. But boy, I'll tell you what, it is required. When you don't drink coffee, probably my first Monday night that I haven't drank coffee in 9 weeks or 5 weeks or something. I don't know, whatever. Boy, when you don't drink coffee and you watch Raw, it is like you took a melatonin pill or something. This shit just devastates your soul to the core.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, God, this guy's name.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
You can tell me Antifa doesn't write for WWE. They got the heel darkies and the face darkies in a circle around the United States title. None of us can even get close, just like America in real life. Their final solution is playing out before our eyes.
Vince McMahon may run the world. He may run the country and we don't know about it. Maybe he helped Trump get in. Thank you, Hunter, for that. Although that name is
Super Chat.
a little scary.
Party.
Seth's final program before being a daddy is Murphy. Lol.
Seth's final program before becoming a daddy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he's probably going to go. Oh, we're going to lose Seth for, I don't know, months, because the coronavirus, everybody else who's had a baby is taking at least 6-7 months off.
Yeah, they got time off.
Oh.
Hopefully they do it with him.
Wow, that means Seth is going to be gone for 6 months at least, if not more. That's why Daniel Bryan's gone. That's why Roman was gone, allegedly, was because they had babies.
Even for his illness, it was because of his newborn.
Can't risk going home with to the baby with corona. So
babies, right? He had twins.
What? Who?
Didn't Roman have twins?
I don't know.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I want to be touched where it stinks. Heart. Good evening all in the community. Streamers and fans have a good night.
I want to be touched where it stinks. Yo, Danny MT. Thanks, Danny. What's up? Talked to him the other night. He said he won't kill me anymore. So shout out to Danny, man.
Yeah, he had twins again because he had 3 children, it said, including a set of twin boys, and then he had twins again.
Oh my God, really? What? Danny, thanks, man. That is crazy. Are you serious?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
When they do a documentary on the trial of texting teens Dream, the lead role is gonna be Buddy in blackface. Advisor behind the scenes will be JD, and that's why he keeps leaving Twitter.
I don't know what almost any of that means. I do know that I have noticed he leaves Twitter a lot. I don't know why. He he said worse stuff than me on Twitter. He should just be banned like I was on Twitter. I would love for that to happen to him. I hate to say it, but you know what I mean? It happened to me, and he laughed at it. I can't wait till he goes down, and he's going to be like, oh, that wasn't so funny.
Super chat.
Yeah.
What was up with Bray's makeup? He looked lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, I almost tuned out Bray Wyatt's promo. I couldn't. I'm done. Mario. Thank you, Mario.
You know how much I enjoyed Bray Wyatt tonight. Did nothing for me.
Didn't like it.
Party.
I'm done with
I didn't
Bray.
hate it, but
Raw sucks anyway, but after TakeOver they should have taken the night off.
Yeah, Spaz, that's the other thing is they were a little bit heavy on the wrestling, it felt like tonight, and every wrestling match just felt like, nope. After watching NXT last night, every match tonight was like, nope. Buddy Murphy and Seth were interesting a little bit. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this show tonight had nothing really at all. No,
maybe
pop.
I should even give this a 2.5 because the more you're going through it, it's like, I mean, what? And you're right too. The matches weren't great. We had Asuka, Mandy, and Dana taking on Zelina, Natalya, and Lana, and the point of that was for Lana to go through another table.
Yeah, like just think of the things. What was better this week than last week? And the only thing I can come up with was, well, Buddy Murphy and Seth was kind of interesting. Like, that was something to finish off the thing, I guess. And,
yeah, I like their breakup angle.
And I guess, like, what? Mustafa Ali is the leader of Retribution? So there's those two things. What happened last week that was better than anything that happened tonight? And what happened last week that, you know, there's nothing last week. Those are the two, I don't think. Was there anything last week that we found out? I don't think so. So
no, nothing that was... Because Retribution wasn't even there last week,
right?
And neither were the women's tag champs, and
so Raw.
Most of that, so
Raw had at least like two little things going for it. The progression in the Seth story with Buddy Murphy, sort of for a second, which was sort of interesting, like a little bit, but all I kept thinking was, I don't really care. I thought the Dominic stuff was pretty good. I don't care if these guys beat each other up. I hope it ends soon. Braun Strowman, Keith Lee, I didn't care. They knocked down a wall. Then they fell off a 3-foot fall. It was really just lame. And now I guess Mustafa Ali is the leader of Retribution, so that's kind of a swervy thing that I was like, wow, okay. So that's better than last week as far as that surprise, I guess, because you got a surprise. So that's better than last week. But, I mean, how much better is it than last week? Like a point, half a point? Like, not much. And last week, I think they might have had a match last week that was better than tonight. I think they did. I think they had a match or two that was better than tonight.
I think there was, but I don't remember even offhand.
I don't either, but I just assumed that something was decent, at least one match.
I think there was one match that we liked, because there was really no matches this week that were standout. There was nothing that I really enjoyed for the wrestling. Braun and Keith Lee was a joke. And it wasn't even like, oh, it was disappointing or anything, because I didn't expect anything from it. Once they said, oh, an exhibition and all that, it's like, oh, here we go. They're going to do something stupid because it's Braun. They're going to knock something over or go through a part of the stage. And that's exactly what happened, and it was a waste. It looked silly. And then the way they went off the stage didn't look painful. It looked stupid. And then the way Braun sold it afterwards, he's just like, get me out of here. It didn't even look like it bothered him. It looked like it hurt Keith more than anything. So what was the point of that?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't even know what they were doing together. I was like, what is this? Like, what are we doing here? They tried to tease Ricochet, like Eddie said, into the Hurt business, but really the plan was just to have that be a red herring. Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you could say that was okay. I didn't care for it, but that was pretty much it for the night. What else did we have here? We had the tag match of Seth and Murphy against Humberto Carrillo and Dominic Mysterio. It was really short, and there wasn't much to it. It was just to put them over quick, so you think that they were going to stay together.
Right.
The 24/7 title stuff.
By the way, I also just want to bring up that they made Mustafa Ali a terrorist. Just want to, I'm going to be the one to say it.
Yeah, you got that.
The leader
right.
of the terrorists, of course. It's Mustafa Ali. We should have known all along. We should watch out. He's going to bomb Chicago tomorrow. I mean, come on. Although he does have a white and black guy behind him, but, it's a good leader. So interesting stuff there. Another terrorist.
Yeah. And then we had Bobby Lashley and Shelton take on Ricochet and Apollo Crews. Another, shit show of a match. Nothing bad, nothing good. Just boring. We've seen it a ton of times. We've seen this just as much as the Street Profits and everybody, so it's skip, fast forward, whatever there's no reason to have any interest in it. And the women's tag match was awful. It was awful. That was embarrassing. Especially
Horrible.
seeing NXT's women's division and how just fantastic they are. They have to be so embarrassed on the the main roster women's division side.
Yeah, it's really bad. And we talked about this last night on NXT. We were like, dude, these NXT women are the best thing ever. But for some reason on the main roster, it's shit. Like we literally said this last night, and then they did it.
A lot of small ones.
All right, relax, Drew. You are really a sick person, Drew. I believe that Drew may be one of the sickest people in the whole entire community.
A lot of small ones.
Like, what's wrong with him? Like, who says
I
that?
don't know.
What does that even mean? I mean...
And I had to
He's
rush
all
it
over the
down my
place.
throat.
listen to this one. Listen to this.
A lot of small ones. And I had to rush it down my throat.
Oh wow, Drew.
Oh
Jeez.
my God, Drew. Where do you say these things? Where does he say these things?
And I had to rush it down my throat.
And that creepy laugh out. Hey, I had to rush it down my throat. What a weirdo. What, you should run. I mean, are you Biden?
A lot of small ones. And I had to rush it down my throat.
Unbelievable. Mustafa Ali did 9/11. All right. I'm sorry. Back to the show. What else do we got here? I'm sorry.
Mustafa Ali MVP we talked about, and then the main event, which was the 6-man tag, which was boring. It was.
That
boring.
was it. We already went through. That was Raw. We missed. We
That
didn't
was
miss
Raw.
anything.
That was Raw. That was all 7 matches.
What the fuck took up so much time tonight?
Pretty much a lot. Most of it, a lot of the time, was the Seth stuff because he had the match. They had the segment before that. Then they had afterwards more, and then Aaliyah and Murphy met up backstage, and then the Hurt Business came out, and Seth made his entrance again.
Oh, we missed talking about Owens and his dumb promo.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we kind of skipped over. You said you really didn't care for it.
What was it again? It was
his friendship song, and I get what they're going for here, and I it could be good when we actually get some matches out of these two because they're leading to the Fiend and they're trying to figure out what's going on with Alexa Bliss. I just didn't care for tonight.
I just didn't care for the promo of. I didn't care about the "You're really happy." I didn't care. It was like, okay, Owens is gonna get run over. That's it. Like, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. We know the Fiend's gonna come and.
But Aleister Black, and he comes out and it's just all repetitive stuff again.
Yes.
I guess Aleister Black, he's not the same because of the Fiend, so now he's out there. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. Although last week, though, who the hell did he super kick? Was it last week, or am I thinking of NXT last night? Somebody super kicked somebody last night. It was fucking awesome. I don't. Was it Aleister Black last? No, it was. You know what? I'm thinking NXT. I think Gargano's match. Or something.
Yeah, there was a few that flew in that match that looked.
There
great,
was one super kick that was like, wow. I think it was that. I don't know why I was thinking it was Aleister Black from last week. Maybe that happened too. I don't know. But either way, yeah, just nothing. I didn't care.
One thing I'll give Raw a little credit for is that they're sticking with having Adam Pearce as this WWE official.
Yes.
And having him make matches. I like that idea. He's not, the authority, but he still has authoritative powers, so that's good.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that nobody would be in control of something, so having Adam Pearce there, and he's been there for years now, so I like it. I definitely like him. I like him in that. I'm glad that he's able to talk. We were seeing him for over a year and a half, 2 years, be just in the back, kind of being in charge, but he never says anything, so yeah, that's the one I do like that. And again, commentary, robotic cringe tonight again.
Yeah, the commentary has been always a consistent and constant problem, and it was no different tonight. You had Tom Phillips, Brian Saxton. Samoa Joe is okay. He works he's a good commentator, and he's better than many other options they have. It's just that I don't like them together as a team. The 3-man booth that they have in that iteration is frustrating. They don't ever really express themselves clearly. Everything feels muddied and like glossed over. They don't really go into detail, and they usually talk such nonsensical BS anyways that it takes you out of whatever you're trying to enjoy.
Yeah, it's all this stuff is hard to follow. Like, it's just like you said with the Randy Orton thing. It's like, whoa. It's like, it's written by somebody. Usually Randy Orton cuts a good promo and it's like, what is going on? And it's just, yeah, it's not believable. None of this stuff sounds real. I can't stand it. I'm bored by it. I don't believe it. I didn't even believe Owens. I don't know what it was. I didn't believe in Owens. It sounds like he's just going through motions. Every Kevin Owens promo now is like the same thing where he's like, all right, then tell me how I'm going to do this and you're going to do that because I'm Kevin Owens on the Kevin Owens show. And it's like, okay, Kevin Owens just cuts the same sort of promo on everybody now. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing here in WWE, but I'm Dolph Ziggler. Like, that's basically what Owens is now. He's like the Dolph Ziggler with a mic, and he's just dead. It's weird. The guy that had the best match at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins, this guy is out there mailing it in. And I don't know if they're mailing him in or he's mailing it in or what's going on, but he just looks like he's running like, cool, my paycheck, I'm done. All right, cool, I'm out of here.
Yeah, now...
His soul is gone.
SmackDown, he seemed better when he talked to Alexa Bliss. And even that wasn't like, a 10 out of 10 performance, but it was certainly better than what we got tonight. Tonight, everybody phoned it in, so I can't really blame Kevin either.
Yeah, but I know, but it's just
but
like...
it is noticeable because he is so much more talented than what he's providing us with.
I don't know if it's his fault. I don't necessarily want to blame him, I don't know, but it's just what I'm seeing. Every time he talks, it's like, you're worth the shit, like what you're saying, It's just everything he says, I go, I don't believe any of this. I don't believe him, which is weird because I've believed him in the past. Are the commentators up for the draft, Michael Canini? Probably, but who cares? They all suck anyway, so it doesn't matter. You could put...
They did it before, right? Yeah. Michael Cole and
So. Yeah, they were like, well, we're not, it's not, Michael Cole.
What else we got?
JR was drafted.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
That was fucked
bubbly?
up.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Do. Imma go hard. Imma. Go hard. I will go hard. I will. Go hard. I'm going to go hard. Imma go hard in your cunt.
Jesus.
And I had to rush it down my throat. A lot of small ones.
Smooch on Madi donated $3. Yo, that's the best name I've heard all day. Smooch on my D.
Super chat. Waiting to hear you read that.
Shout out to Alejandro, a.k.a. Barry Stevens.
Yeah, baby. Alejandro. He is
the Goon.
Thank you, Goon. Good Lord.
Super chat.
Ali is Muslim running the Antifa group.
Yeah, kind of fitting, isn't it? You know what I mean? If only everybody, if only they'd gotten everybody in New York at 9/11. No, but thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it.
Super chat.
I got a new name for wrestler, the Lockjaw.
Oh, that's a great name for a wrestler. The Lockjaw. That's a good name, man. The Slapjack, the barbecue sauce, the wrench.
No full screen Eugene for you, Casey.
Party.
The real YT.
Dave25, why are you here if you think Joe complains about Raw and Botch Club promoting their channel when they are friends?
I don't know. Dave25 is always in some kind of drama. He's an angry little fat man. No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you. What's up, Dave? The real YT. What's up, brother?
And I had to rush it down my throat.
Man, I'll never forget doing that interview with Dave in front of AEW and just calling people coming off the bus terrorists.
A lot of small ones.
All right, Drew, relax.
And I had to rush it down my throat.
Oh, you're really a sick person, Drew. You really are sick, bro. You're really a real sick person. Why does he do this? Like, it's like, dude, you have...
I don't know. He just goes off on
He's a dad.
I liked the potential of Owen's Fiend feud maybe with Alistair involved. Keith Lee Braun feud I wouldn't mind either. What the fuck happened to Peyton Royce and Bianca Belair push? Instead we get boring ass Tyler and Lana every week. Get off my TV, cunt.
Yes, Alexa Sweetass, thank you for the donation of $3.16. Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what'd be really cool is if I was on Raw as like a guy training or something, and like I was on for a couple weeks, and then I was in the back, and somebody was like, "What are you watching?" I'd be like, I'm watching Stone Cold, man, the King of the Ring tournament from back in the day, man. He's about to cut the promo, you know? Oh, the promo. Yeah, man.
Oh.
Sick, bro. And then, like, I get hit in the head with a beam and fall off the chair that I'm watching it on. People are like, oh, my God, are you okay? Holy crap. Get a doctor in here. And the doctor comes over and goes, hello, do you know who you are? Look, how many fingers am I holding up? And I'm like, 2, 3, Austin 316. Like, and the guy's like, who do you think you are right now? My name is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the fact of the matter is, I'll whoop your ass. Take the hell off me. And, like, I just stunned the guy, and then, like, I'm going around, like, I think I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin because I got hit in the head and I was watching Steve Austin's promo, and then I'm running around on Raw for weeks, and then somebody's like, Vince, we got to tell him, like, and get, like, he's got to go see a doctor. Like, this guy's not mentally stable. Like, I don't think this is okay. And Vince is like, he's making a lot of money right now. You know, the fact, I don't care. I don't give a damn who he thinks he is. Fact of the matter is, shirts are selling. The 316 shirts haven't sold like this. Like, but what do you think Steve's gonna think when he sees this? You know, I mean, he is Stone Cold. You know, it's like, well, technically the WWE owns the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, like, and you know, I'm like retarded.
Just go with it, run it,
dude. It'd be hilarious. I don't know, bro.
I could picture it, bro. Knowing Vince.
But, like, don't make it as that cheesy. You know how cheesy they would ruin it. They'd make it so goofy. But I'd be like, nah, man, shoot it with one camera but whatever, they'd probably overproduce it or whatever. But it'd be fucking funny.
Probably it would be extremely overproduced.
My name is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm back in the WWF. Like, Vince, like, stop saying WWF. It's WWE. Oh, man.
Remember early on where they had to censor people every now and again for messing with that? You know?
They would censor it. They had to blur all the shirts out. Dude, I still, to this day, I hate the World Wildlife Foundation to this day. Like, I literally have a sick disgust for the World Wildlife Foundation. I fucking hate them. I hate them. I hope all the animals die. I hope they all die. I hope they burn. I hope poachers wear their testicle meat as fucking gloves in the winter. I hate
Ears
the WWF.
For your little pandas and your cute little
dude. When I was like, dude, why would the WWF change their name to WWE? It sounds. Remember how weird it sounded for like 6 years? We were like WWE.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. I remember I was there the very first night where it changed, and they had all the shirts, and they were handing people. I bought a shirt, and then as soon as we got to our seats, I saw them making people change that were wearing old shirts, and they were giving people shirts that said "Get the F out" all over it, and I'm like, damn it, I shouldn't have bought a shirt, but
yeah, no, you should have taken it off, like, and been like,
yeah, I should have been swift, but they went ahead and that was, it was such a weird change for them to go ahead, and I still prefer the WWF name.
Yeah, I mean, WWF was just WWF. Like, it's so weird that it's WWE. It's so weird. It's still weird. It sounds better now. It's normal now. WWF kind of sounds weird at this point. It's weird how that happens, but it does. But yeah, to this day, fuck the World Wildlife Foundation. A commercial came on the other day. They were like, the WWF is in need. Donate $5. And I was like, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck the rhinoceroses! All right? Fuck them! Fuck the giraffes! Fuck the baby seals! Fuck the monkeys! Fuck the apes! Fuck the cows! Fuck your mom! Fuck your mom's mom! Fuck him! Fuck this commercial! Fuck the bitch who's reading the commercial! Fuck everyone who donates to these fucking goddamn llamas! Fuck those things! Fuck them. Fuck elephants most of all, man. Fuck those big fat elephants. Shock them to death again. Shock them to death again. WWF, World Wildlife Foundation, we're going to sue you because you got our letters. As if anybody gives a fuck about your fucking letters. In wrestling, it's all about the letters. WCW, ECW, WWF. But no, we got to be WWE now. All because you want to save a couple of baby seals, you cunts!
And
a lot of small ones.
I was so against the name change. It just seemed so ridiculous and unfair, too, because you figured WWF was there forever, and I was like, you've been operating at this whole time without the,
Well, the fact of the matter is WWF was out first, and the world...
Yeah, then you look into it, like, shit.
The World Wildlife Foundation was out first, and WWF was paying them, like, money, like a lot of money every fucking month, I guess, to have the name, which is crazy.
There was some type of, like, licensing thing, and Vince didn't want to pay, and...
Which is, I mean, look at the music now. They're getting rid all the. It's like people that are like, oh, they're not going to get rid of all the music. Oh yeah, they are. Vince doesn't want to pay a dime. He's like, oh, we're paying 8% to a band that wrote the song. Fuck that song. We're getting a new song.
We'll make one on a trash can. We got this. Let's go, Keith. Get over here and rap.
That is exactly what is happening.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
They should have named Hurt Business Affirmative Blaction. We know how those folks hate businesses. Do you think Ray offered his wife and daughter to Vince for Dom's contract?
I wish he did, man. I'd love to see all the Mysterios just in a giant orgy together. It'd be great. That'd be weird, but at the same time, I'm down with it. That name is so
the aristocrats,
messed up.
The traveling family.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, man. The little. Be really great. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Conan might not like that one. Thanks for the donation, even though your name is kind of terrifying because it indicates hunting a race. But okay.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Ring ring Joe, it's Ghostface, it's time for Halloween. What's your favorite scary movie? Joe, check your closets, I might be in there. Jake, check your closet. Are you paranoid now? Joe, frog,
no.
frog, come get these hands, Joe.
I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for you to have your heart attack so I can read about you in the local hospital.
I have severe PTSD from bullfrog, so I got to be careful.
I'm waiting for you to have a coronary.
And I had to rush it down my throat.
What?
Super Chat Party.
Spaz Phoenix.
Breaking news. Sasha vs. Bailey at Hell in a Cell has been moved to the kickoff so that the pie eating contest between Lana and Natty can get the attention it deserves.
Oh no, that would be hilariously terrible. I think that might open the show. I think Bailey.
They're not doing it at Hell in a Cell though.
Oh, they're not.
It's going to be. It's Friday on SmackDown.
In a cell?
No, it's just for the women's title this Friday on SmackDown at the draft.
What?
They're doing it on TV, not the pay-per-view. Yep, that's the exact same face and thought I had when I saw SmackDown, because Sasha said she challenged her to SmackDown next week. Yeah, that was a huge misstep there. Why would you not build this to a pay-per-view? You're the women's champion. I don't give a shit if it's a draft night or not. Build this show up or feud up and let it.
Well, the answer is
pay-per-view.
The answer is, I guess, because Bailey's keeping the belt and they're moving somebody to a different.
It's just why have all these months of building the story to just fizzle it out in 1 week? If that's the case, and they just have the resolution come Friday, either Sasha wins or loses, either which way, and that's it. That's how it ends. That's awful. Hopefully, that's not the finite plan that they have.
I mean, maybe the match ends in bullshit, so then it is on for Hell in a Cell, and
that's the most likely option,
right? Because they're
such bullshit.
They're like, let's try to help ratings on Friday, but then we still have the match Sunday.
Yeah.
So
the problem is that it's still, they still have 2 shows past this to go before they even get to the pay-per-view. So if they have the match, it just, I don't know. They could do the rematch.
Yeah,
but it'll likely end in a DQ. They go to Hell in a Cell. It's just stupid to even have them face off on TV at all.
Yeah. Who remembers last year's Hell in a Cell?
Oh, God. I tried to bleach it from my mind.
Remember how bad that was? That was when, in fact, you know what? Cody Rhodes came on after that because I brought up the AEW chants.
Yep.
We had AEW chants last year at Hell in a Cell at WWE, and they were loud. Wow, I forgot all about that. Luis Antonio Alejandro, he's the king, baby. But right now, Sir Huggingtons is the top donator, I believe. $10, over $10 will beat the top donator of the night. Thank you, man. Right now, the champ is Sir Huggingtons.
And D. Welsh said the super kick you were thinking of came from Priest to Gargano in last night's match.
Yes, you're probably right, D. Welsh. Good shit, man. That probably was, because I think that was the match I thought. So, yes, good call.
Yeah, but Hell in a Cell last year, no one liked that red light match. I mean, that was just such a disaster.
Ugh.
That hurt Seth. That ruined Seth. That ruined The Fiend.
And I don't know if it ruined
two top stars all at once. It killed Seth's momentum as a babyface entirely. He had to turn heel to fix himself.
Yeah, it ruined babyface Seth, but luckily it ended up saving him, to be honest, in a way.
In a way, he was able to recover it, but it took a long time to get there.
Yeah, they killed him. Yeah, they killed him with it, but then he was reborn. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. Like, remember what they were doing with him? Like, I'm gonna burn it down. Like all the man, he was what a
convoluted BS.
What a prick he was. Like he really sucked.
It was awful. And the shot you have there of Retribution, they don't look terrible. They, that's the thing. Like the masks, the first time I saw them, I was like, but looking at Dio Madden there, like he looks intimidating. With the hair and the contacts, and when he looked face to face with Mustafa, and he had the big eyes, I was like, it's not a bad look.
Yeah, because you're thinking that someone's car is going to blow up. You know what I mean? That's why you're scared.
I'm waiting for gas bombs to go off. But
yeah, he looks like fucking Osama. That's what scares you. Okay, and a black guy next to him too, and you're white, so of course you're terrified.
Layers of fear.
I mean, these guys are dressed like Slipknot behind him.
Exactly. It's just it's a decent look for them, but
that's why you're scared.
Are you scared?
This is a Wandy right here. That's why you're terrified. Yeah, that's what you're scared of. You're scared of a Wandy. It makes sense.
A Wandy, yeah.
Yeah, listen, you want some?
Makes perfect.
Frog off
out in the Abu Dhabi. Frog off, mate.
Frog off. Frog off.
How do you feel about Raw Underground? Second week, no Raw Underground. You think it's done for?
Thank God, because what a waste of time it was. Waste of time.
Part of me is sad that it's gone because it could have been so much more. They really could have done something with this. That's with everything here. But it's like, it really could have, I think, been something fun.
What?
I think the Underground could have turned into something decent had they had like one segment of it, maybe once a week, showcased one match and made it something, pretty hardcore-esque. That would be their bloodlust moment of the night, and have them really beat the hell out of each other, but give it a tournament style or rankings, and where people can actually go and you have just one Underground title that people fight for. I think that would have been for one segment each week. It could have been something fun to tune to.
It might have been, yeah, it could have been. It could have been. There could have been a lot of things with it. We talked about it. And especially that week where they built up that whatever butt plug guy, and then like they just buried him.
Yeah, you have to do him and Braun. They made it seem like it was going to be this big deal, and then nothing. Their fight was 60 seconds of lackluster BS.
Yeah, that's too bad. It's too bad, man, because I think it could have been good. We all got excited, like this is something different. Okay, let's go. And then we really quickly, the first week, and then the second week, and the third week, and then you're just like, wow, okay, this is what a mess this was. The bouncer
it just got worse and worse. I don't think I'm being delusional by that either. I mean, honestly, they have rankings in AEW, so they could just add a simple ranking, to whoever competes, and then you just keep in track of the stats, and you have one champion that gets challenged for things. I think that could have been fun.
Yeah, it could have been fun.
Sadly, Vince is just so out of touch, and they can't stick to anything. I just, it's baffling at times. They rush through certain things, and other storylines they keep going for centuries, it feels like.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's bullshit, man. I don't give a shit about Raw. It was horrible.
What else we got?
And that's about it.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly?
Lex Luger.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
I am coming back at Halloween Havoc. The promo picture with Shotzi gets me so hard. I want her boobs in my crippled face.
Yeah, Lex Luger, I'm down with that. It's sad that these are the things there was a long time where I didn't think about the women that much. I was just kind of like, I don't know, I just want to watch wrestling. I don't care if the women, whatever, hot people are hot. I don't give a crap. But it's gotten to the point where the product is so bad that now that is what I look for a lot of times. Is the chick sexy? Like, oh yeah, look at that.
What else we got?
Because everything's boring.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
That's it.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Ali is the leader of a group with black clothing and masks. Joe, do you remember one of your past intros in which you say, if I offend you, fuck you with the beats? I miss that intro. It made me want to fuck something.
Made you want to fuck something. I probably have it. I'll dig it up for you if I can. I'll try to dig it up for you. I'll type in JCS intro and see if I can locate it for you.
Aaron Morris in the chat says, I bet they have a notice on the door to Raw Underground that's saying,
This is what it's like to watch Monday night. Oh, what the hell am I staring at? What the fuck? Oh, Vince McMahon, you're killing me. Vince McMahon, this wrestling give me a disease.
Oh shit, Derek Melcher gonna take the top spot tonight with the $15.
Also sucks and low. If they call someone up from NXT, I know they're gonna get really bad quickly. Oh, I wanna die. Wrestling die. I wanna die. Every Monday night. Derek Melcher is now the top donator. You have made Joe Cronin hard and long down below. Yes, Derek Melcher, thank you for the $15.
Derek Melcher, thanks, man. I think I did find it. Yeah, I think I'll maybe end the show with it when if I did find it. Maybe, JCS intros. No, man, maybe that's not it. It's hard to find them. It's not that hard, but they're kind of hidden
especially
away.
with your categorical system.
Yeah, think of me. I have 9 hard drives right now hooked up. I found it. I think I found it. Let's relive it. Let's relive it for Derek. If this is it, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. All right, Derek Melcher, we're all gonna relive my old intro. Courtesy of you. Oh no, who was that? Was it Derek that said that? No, it was somebody else. Derek donated $15, but somebody in the chat said that. I'm sorry. I forgot who really said that now. Anyway, you know who you are. Here you go. Here's your little intro so you can go fight somebody. Oh, I think it was like Randy Viper or somebody like that. There you go.
I'm trying to go back.
I don't give a flying fuck what he thinks. I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Hello everybody there. Right there on The Joe Cronin Show. The hardcore legend Mick Foley.
You're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
Is this the one you're thinking of, Randy?
Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
My head was as round as a basketball then. How about this? If you're going to call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, Fuck you. That's got to be it, man. You were like fighting people. If I offend you, fuck you. You're like fighting people. You're like you were fighting people to my intro. Damn, man. I weighed a lot at that point. Like it's weird because I was never really that big, but there was like a 2.5, 3 year period where I got over 220, which is weird. So, because I'd always been 180 or 170. Now I'm 210. Got to lose 25, 30 pounds more.
You can do it.
Yeah, that was the old Cronin. I was a little psycho. Now I'm the new Cronin that has to be a little careful because YouTube will take you down, and my family will starve. So now I have to be a little
Everyone
different.
will take you down. Everyone and everything. Every website, every person.
It was fun back in 2016 and 17 when the money I made from this show, it was only part-time money. So, you know, if I fucking went crazy and something happened or whatever happened, you know, it's like it didn't matter because, oh, fuck, well, all right, I lost my part-time income, but, you know, guess what? I'm going to work tomorrow. But now it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little rough still, but, you know, we'll see what happens, man. But speaking of rough, thanks for signing up on Patreon, everybody that does that, because that helps out immensely. Bunch of content on Patreon for you, and we'll be shouting out the new patrons this week and the producers this week as well. And everybody who donated tonight, man, you guys are beasts. Thanks for keeping this show going, and I promise to bring some of the old Cronin out this next couple weeks coming up. I promise to go a little fucking crazy this week and next week. So,
oh, yeah.
You want some old shit?
Exciting.
We'll fucking go there, man. I'll fuck my wife in front. No, I don't know.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
The Trump return to White House video was hilarious. I doubt that Mother Tucker had COVID at all.
I know, man. I wasn't going to bring it up, but because you're bringing up politics. Fuck politics. It's just funny. It doesn't even matter. So,
yeah.
And this is why I say this shit was funnier than fucking Raw. If you were on Twitter today, which bless you if you were, I was. This Donald Trump entering back to the White House video is fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it, you're welcome. Watch this. It doesn't matter if you love Trump or hate Trump, by the way. It's not about that. We're just going to have some fun right now. I'll entertain you a little bit. This is fucking hilarious. This is actually him returning to the White House today, allegedly, from the hospital.
Like you're waiting for the doves to fly by. You got all the slow-mo shots.
They should have had doves.
Look how cinematic it is.
Why didn't they have doves?
My God. Can you not walk on the grass, you know? You just clean the lawn.
Release the turtle doves.
He needs fireworks. Where's all the pyro?
I saluted twice.
Wow.
So I couldn't help myself. I saw that, and I changed it up a little bit. I added to it. I think Trump should have called me to do the voiceover. This October, President Donald J. Trump returns to the White House after battling the enemy known as COVID-19 or the China virus. Donald J. Trump stared the enemy in the face, and Donald J. Trump said to the enemy, America, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah, America! Fuck yeah! Freedom is the only way, yeah. Terrorists, your game is through, 'cause now you have to answer to America! Fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my balls, America! Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now? It's the dream that we all share. It's the hope for tomorrow. Fuck yeah!
There's the pyro.
McDonald's! Fuck yeah! Walmart! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Baseball! All right, we get it. Fucking hilarious. And then after all that was done, Joe Biden then said this, which is hilarious.
Because the American public, the blinders have been taken off. They've all of a sudden seen a hell of a lot clearer. They've seen, geez, the reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
My God.
Oh, the reason I was able to stay home was because some black woman stocked a shelf.
I get what he's saying, but it sounds so bad.
It sounds really bad. I'm sorry. Like, first of all, like 80, I want to say.
And then apparently he said,
go
ahead, sorry.
No, he said, well, I was going to say, like, what about all the white people and Hispanics who are stocking shelves? Like, my store up the road, only 20% of the store is black. The rest of the store is white and Hispanic. They're stocking shelves all night long. You know,
why say race at all?
And why bring up a race at all? Why are you bringing up race, you weird fuck? Like, you're a weirdo. What are you doing? Why not just say fucking, oh, the reason why I'm able to, you know, do this is because of the hard workers who are stocking shelves, men and women, you know, of all different colors and people and kind. Like, why are you bringing up, so what, only black people stock shelves, Biden? And
then apparently he pointed to a few younger girls and alluded to wanting them to become strippers so he could watch them dance. You know, that's what's on Twitter.
What?
I don't know if that's true.
What?
That's what it says. Today, Biden said he was thankful that black women work at the supermarket and stack shelves for him. He then pointed to a few younger girls and alluded to wanting them to become strippers so he could watch them dance. I didn't hear that, but if that's true, that's insane.
I actually saw that one, I think, and I thought it was so fake, probably, that I just went over. I was like, no, I'm not.
But still, it's but
I don't know what's fake after hearing this. Like, oh, black people stock shelves. Okay, cool.
But people are commenting saying, you know, I have no words. I can't believe this is real. So it's like, no, you know, you never know. There's so much fake news.
Stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
Oh, my God.
It's so bad.
I mean, dude, and you're not black if you don't vote for me. Like, just what is... I'm sorry. Fuck this. I'm not voting. Like, these people are sick. Whatever, man. You know how all the YouTuber people and the Hollywood people, they tell you to vote? They're like, vote. You got to vote. Everybody vote. Get out and vote, guys. Everybody get out and vote. Fuck the vote. I ain't voting worth of shit. I'm pissing on the ballot. Fuck voting. Fuck these people. I'm not voting. How about that? Kiss my ass. And nobody can make fun of me because these are the people in charge. Fuck these people. I voted for all the other people before. You know, not these fucking people. Hilarious. Like, this is a fucking nightmare election come true, brother. I love it. Let's keep watching it. We're waiting for this. Look at Mustafa Ali. Maybe he'll show up at the commencement or whatever. He'll be there. Anything. I wonder if he did do that thing with the girls. I mean, again, like, I bring this up. The donator brought this up, but the reason why it's so interesting is because this was more interesting than Raw. Like, it was more interesting than Raw.
I still want to go back and hear Biden's town hall tonight and hear how that went. Some people said it was pretty good, so I'm curious.
Imagine him like being like, I'm gonna walk out of the hospital, and like he walks out and he falls over, you know, because he's like so crazy. Like, they got to see how
so frail, and
the doctor's like, sir, I don't think you just had a whole dose of, you know, hydroxychloroquine 7 or whatever, some made up thing I made up. And he's like, it doesn't matter. I want to go out there and show how strong I am for the American people. Like, I really recommend it against it, Mr. President. We could take you out in a wheelchair. Absolutely not. Like, and if he just like fell down these stairs. Like, he doesn't even want to. What was that? He like raped that railing. Watch this. I see the railing. Don't touch it. I think I really need the railing, but I don't want to use the railing because it looks weak. And somebody might have touched it, or I may give somebody corona by touching it. I don't know. So, let me just pet you. Okay, I'm going to play with you. Okay, no railing needed. Stay close to the railing, though. Tap my hand. Hey, pet you railing like a dog. He pets the railing like a dog. Another dog would pet you like a dog.
Good railing.
Good railing. Another good railing. I give my wife Melania a railing later.
Strong.
Mr. President, how many staff are sent? How many of your staff are sent? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me scream at you so you can get the COVID.
Do you think you might be a super spreader, Mr. President?
Do you think you might be a super spreader, Mr. President?
Who asked that? And what do they expect him to say? Yes. I mean,
yes,
come on.
I'm a super spreader. No, Melania is a super spreader. She spreads her legs.
You can't even joke about anything nowadays. Like, even Obama probably could have gotten away with a couple of wisecracks like that. But like, no, but my wife, like somebody made a joke like that. You can't even do that nowadays because they'll be like, oh, Trump throws wife under the bus. Says he, it's ridiculous.
Do you think you're a super spreader now? I think you're a piece of shit. Like, that's what I would have said to you coming out of the hospital. President, do you think you're a super? Why would you ask me that? I think you put Lysol in your veins. Like, you think that I know if I'm a super spreader. So it's like, right, because that's what the media believes he said, that we should inject it into our veins, right? So you believe that the guy who you say is dumb enough to think Lysol goes in his veins, you think that you could ask him if he's a super spreader and he's going to know that? Like, why would you even ask that? You'd be like, no, he's retarded. Let's not even ask him that. But you actually asked him this question, like, do you think you're a super spreader? It's like, you think the guy's stupid as hell, right? So, like, why would you ask him that then? What a weird thing. Are you a super spreader? No, but I've got an erection. They tell me I'm very super.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I'm the super shredder, yes.
Sasha Bailey not gonna happen on SmackDown. Bailey won't show up or it's a fuckery.
Yes, I agree. Alexa's sweet ass. I agree also with Jason Lewis. Donald Trump is better than George Bush. Yes. George Bush was one of the most terroristic presidents ever. Alexa's sweet ass. Thank you. So I think it's going to be some kind of bullshit, and they're going to end up getting to Sunday night, and they're going to end up having some kind of Hell in a Cell deal. Don't I'm black. I stock shells overnight. It's a mix. Us here. Jerome. I don't know what.
I'll take my dick out right now.
I don't know. I kind of know what he meant, but it's very, very ugly what he said. It's very weird. Not that Trump doesn't say ugly stuff too, but I mean they're all weird.
I will show you my penis.
It's Turkey Club time.
You don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick?
Do you want to see it all?
Do you want to see my balls?
Joe just noticed YouTube has the Shake movie for free, and wow, Joe, that's 10/10. Everyone should watch it after the show. Anyway, I got COVID, so smoking trees is a must. Fire, petrol pump. Jake was up, big sexy, tag me in.
What's up?
Seen NXT talent.
Man, you got fucking COVID. Moss Blaze, man, I hope you recover quickly, bro. I hope you recover quickly, Moss Blaze.
I'm not tagging you in when you got COVID, sorry.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait on that.
First.
Was that $15, Moss Blaze? No, it was $13. Okay, he didn't quite make it. Moss Blaze, man. Oh, dude, let me know how you're doing with the COVID. I'd love to hear. I've only known 2 people that have officially had it and been sick out of like 600 Facebook friends that I know of. So I'd like to hear about your experience. A lot of people though, it does seem like they get it and they're like, I don't know, I kind of got it and I positive. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like that.
Thankfully.
And the one guy that I know that got it on my Facebook, he had it bad. He had it for like 4 to 5 weeks where he was not right, and for about a month afterwards he was still jacked up. And he's a fit guy. That's what's weird. He was a fit guy.
I know of a couple people that have died from it. I know a couple people that are still reeling with some of the issues from it, and other people had it and they were fine without ever having symptoms. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
tested, 2 of them got tested randomly because one had to go for a procedure and another one was doing something for their job. They had to get tested, and both of them came back positive, and they didn't even know they had it. So
right.
Another one, a person that I talk to every now and again, his uncle died from it. So I mean, and he wasn't that old.
Jesus, how old was he? Like 60
he
or
was
58?
55, I think he was. 55,
yeah, that's
56. So
do you have a problem with something in his?
No, that was the thing, and it was just he ended up on a ventilator very quickly. It was on a vent for almost a month, and then passed away.
Make sure you go for runs,
recovered.
bro. People gotta go. People go for runs. I'm telling you, it's part of that. I feel like part of it is that too. Like your lungs, like go for runs, man. Get those lungs moving. I got to do it.
Yeah,
I got to do it.
It puts glue in between your lungs and basically seals them shut.
Ugh. Well, I know I saw it. Like it's like a sponge.
Breathe.
The water and the buildup. I saw all those videos.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean, so long as you're doing all right, most places, just keep in touch and let us know you're doing good.
98, 99 point something % chance you'll be all right.
Yeah, just keep it that way.
Keep it hard.
There was a
man.
study I read over the weekend that said
a little bit of the bubbly.
That's
it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
No, he's on the right track.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Just separate everyone, leave the stars on the current shows and those others on a new Daily Motion show called WWE Dark. Not like AEW can do fuck all about it. Cody's busy flushing the semen from his bleached anus.
Oh, Jesus. Who is that?
A lot of small ones.
Ugh.
And I had to rush it down my throat.
I like Cody, but he doesn't even have a last name because WWE raped and pillaged his family lineage. So.
Well, but he's I don't know if it's the real reason, but he says he wants to kind of separate himself from but it's like, but yet he doesn't. So like, I wonder if that's just something he says to cover it up. But do you think he really wants to separate himself from the Rhodes thing to build his own thing, or
no? I think he just didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
That's honestly, I think that WWE just had the name and he was frustrated by that and just used it as a marketing tool. Wisely, he did a good job with it, but.
Wow, okay, that's the
American Nightmare turned out to be a great thing for him.
American Nightmare is great. I love his.
Joe, you're awesome. Jake, you add a lot to the show.
Oh.
Thanks. Even had my girlfriend listening, trying to make her understand wrestling.
Thank you, Derek Melcher, man. That is awesome, bro. It's hard,
Thank
to
you,
get
Derek.
Like trying to get your friends or your friend into Star Trek or wrestling is always a rough to me. Luckily, my wife likes Star Trek. Derek Melcher, man, he dropped the $25, man, and he just upped
Top
his
donator of the stream.
Yeah, thank you, man. You made the night. Without you, I would have been buying unleaded this week. No, I always buy unleaded. Fuck, I'm cheap. Derek, thank you, bro. Any closing thoughts from you, man? Derek Melcher with the
$25. And you know what 25 means. It's a quarter that a special Riri sticks up his ass.
Thank you, Derek Melcher. Any closing things from you, Jake, about tonight or this week or the news or whatever?
We got tagged in a couple of different tweets that I was looking at. One was a gentleman that was there in the Thunderdome tonight, and he got kicked out for cheering the Hurt Business instead of booing them. The director that talks to you over the air said, big boos for the Hurt Business. And the guy says, I enjoyed the Hurt Business, so I was cheering for them, and I got booted out immediately. And I get it because they're trying to direct a show, so they want you to fall in line and act a certain way. But it goes against the ideals of wrestling so heavy-handedly that it's upsetting. I mean, you're supposed to be able to cheer who you want. I know it's their production, but it shouldn't matter if you're just reacting and emoting to the wrestlers coming out. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's more realistic in a crowd of like 1,000 people. There might be anywhere from 10 to 100 people who go the other way, and you could see, So I don't really think that's a big deal. I don't know why they did that, but at the same time, I do get it that you matter more than ever. We need you to almost sort of like you're a fan, which is great, but we also
you're a super fan because you're representing hundreds.
You're
not
kind
just
of an
yourself.
actor right now. Yeah, you're part of it.
Party
more than ever.
No concussions on Takeover automatically better than All Out.
Matt Hardy agrees.
I mean, from start to finish, it was to the point, good wrestling. But still, again, there's something about AEW that's still exciting because you just don't know what's going to happen. Where, again, NXT just is, let's go in and wrestle. And so, there's something about AEW that I like better because of that. But wrestling-wise, they put on the better wrestling night overall, I think, of that. But
typically,
I'd rather go back and watch some of the things on, I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to say. I get it, though.
Yeah, because NXT usually has the wrestling that I enjoy more so, but AEW has more of the characters and stories. So NXT has lately been a little bit more developed with the story stuff. So They've both been entertaining, thankfully.
Yeah, hopefully NXT can step up a little bit and go a little broader with their storytelling. If they could do that, that would really put them on par with AEW, because then they could have better matches and they could provide this storytelling that's really good, and they could really probably beat AEW. But right now, AEW just wins on the fact that they're unpredictable. They seem bigger, and I feel like AEW is competing with SmackDown. That's what it feels like.
It feels like they're more. I mean, if really the ratings are closer to Raw ratings, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
And AEW's NXT's beating Raw, so that's NXT is possibly your second best show. I don't know.
With SmackDown being the top right now as far as ratings are concerned. D. Welsh was saying before too, like we have the dog collar match to look forward to on Wednesday, and I'm excited for that with with Cody and Brody. Now the thing is though, AEW always has something for you to look forward to. They always announce several matches so that there's one usually that you'll say, hey, I have to tune in to check that out. They always announce 2 to 3 matches and maybe 1 or 2 segments so that this way everybody has something they like in there. They go with a pretty broad appeal to try and draw in as many fans as possible. But it works. We didn't know what was going on with Raw until yesterday. And then, even then, the only thing we knew was that there was going to be the men's 6-man tag, and no one gave a shit about that. So
it just feels like they don't know, and like they're going off like a lot of feelings sometimes, which is
because that's the thing too. We know they're not planning ahead; they're writing the scripts an hour or two before. So how are they able to advertise matches when they don't even know what's going to be on the show themselves?
It's like, why not get a whole new group of people in a different mindset going? You know what I mean? Like where you have this different mindset, like, hey guys, we're gonna write Raw. Hey, you 3 or 4 or 5 people I just brought into my office who have never been on Raw, SmackDown, or WWE or anything. What's up? Like, we're writing Raw. What do you want to do? Like we're gonna do this, man. Like, let's go.
Exactly.
Like bring in a new team. Like don't do the same thing and bring in one guy or a different guy or once in a while and see if that changes. It doesn't. It keeps getting worse.
Yeah, because look at Keith Lee. I was excited to see him, eventually be a bigger star, and then you're like, oh god, he's going to go to the main roster and get ruined. And it was instant. His music was changed. His personality seemed a little bit different. He, just didn't seem like the normal Keith Lee. His attire was completely different. It just wasn't the guy that we had been cheering and rooting for a long time. And then he lost how many matches by DQ now, or interference or something? 6, 7 matches. It's ridiculous. So he's ruined.
Mike Ross in the chat. I've done this for years now, 7 years or 8 years, 9 years of reviewing Raw. And one of the things that I always say is, it doesn't matter that the show's 3 hours, because the fact of the matter is, what I do is I eliminate the idea that it's 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours. And I start writing down or thinking to myself, what were the things that were really good on the show? Like, what were the entertaining things that I was watching and I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested in this. Or I wonder what's going to happen. Or that was shocking. Or, hey, what's happening? Or this match is great. Let me add up the time, that I would ever watch it back again. If I was to watch Raw back again and watch the best part of it or the good parts of it, a lot of times I find myself coming up with about 3 minutes to 15 minutes or less, and it's like tonight. What would I watch again? I'd probably watch Ali's, like, I'm turning, like, oh, I'm on Retribution. I guess that'd be kind of fun to go back and watch. None of the matches tonight. I didn't care about the promos at all, anywhere. And I'm thinking, I don't think there's anything. So you didn't entertain me at all. I kind of got a little in.
Seth and Buddy I liked.
I thought
you weren't even crazy about that. So.
I mean, Buddy Murphy, when he was talking with Aaliyah backstage, impressed me, because Aaliyah's like talking to him and she's so new to acting and whatever it is. It's so weird, but it's not that bad, but it's kind of cringy. But then Buddy Murphy is really good. And he was his like facial expressions and then the way he speaks to her, it was like very well done by Buddy Murphy. I had no idea. Sometimes when a wrestler has to act, it's amazing. Like, he doesn't he's just that. It was good. Like, I got to tell you. So, like, that little moment, I'd watch Buddy Murphy because that was impressive to me for Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
I guess the Buddy Seth stuff, maybe a little bit. But in all, you come up with less than 10 minutes. You come up with less than 10 minutes. So it don't matter if Raw is 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, man. It's just yucky regardless.
I mean, they can't even write an hour like you're saying, and I get your point, but it certainly would help them to only have to write 2 hours. Having to write that additional third hour when they can't even get through 1 or 2 only makes it that much worse.
Well, the way to solve this is easy. It's baby steps. You go, okay, we're gonna write 2 hours of Raw because that's what used to work, and 3 is insane. So let's write 2 hours of Raw with stories and how they're gonna build and continue the next week. Okay, we got the 2 hours written. Now what are we going to do with the third hour? Okay, well, and I don't mean hour 1, 2, and 3, but I mean we have 3 hours of time left. We have 1 hour of time left. Okay, in that time, we're going to book matches. You know, we had a couple matches in our other writings. We had some other things to fill time. All right, let's have these guys wrestle, and then this could mean that, and we'll have them cut a promo. So you're building it very easily. You know, you take the third hour out of it, and you just write 2 hours. Even write a fucking hour. Write an hour of good stuff.
Yeah, if you have an excellent hour, then you can fill in the rest. People still won't complain as much because you have much more consistently good content that way.
Be like, we're going to start the show with fire. We're going to end the show with a conclusion thing. And, you know, the first 20 minutes is going to make sense. And then the middle of the night is going to be where everything is going down that we're writing. You know, so you get the beginning, the end, and then the second hour is your money hour. That's the one where you're really writing, and everything else is a little filler. Fine, because all you need is 30 minutes. If you can do, not even that. If you can just do like a couple good, really good things or exciting things on Raw, on a Raw or on a wrestling show, people kind of forgive all the other stuff and all the fluff, and they go, "That was crazy. That was fun." You know, if you can have one really good match or 2 good matches, and then you can have, 1 or 2 things that are fun or funny, and then you can have a story that begins and ends the night, and then stories that continue through the next week. That's the formulas you want. And in WWE, it just always feels like, our story is these guys wrestle again for the millionth time, and eventually it leads to another match at a thing. These guys cut promos on each other that are super scripted every week, I guess. And we progress storylines barely every week. Almost like you're seeing the same thing done over and over again for 5 weeks. Until then they have a thing in a match where they have a fight. It's just, in AEW, they do a way better job of, every week feels a little bit like a different week, while also continuing a forward story towards a pay-per-view eventually or somewhere. Like, it's like Star Trek. WWE is like the new Star Trek. The new Star Trek is every week the story continues. And the new Star Trek sucks because they're trying to do Game of Thrones. Every week the story continues. That's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I like Star Trek The Next Generation, Star Trek the original series, and the old Star Trek where it was like every episode was something new. The same crew you loved, but throughout the episodes, the crew grew a little bit. Like the characters grew a little bit. So you watched your characters grow a little bit. They told you a little more about the characters, and then the characters did something different every week, or there was maybe once in a while a continuation. That's what WWE needs to do. They need to give you a week-to-week story that's interesting while maybe building somewhere. And it's like they can't do it. It's just always in slow-mo. To get to pay-per-view, to have match, I want to die, like watching this show.
Yeah, because especially by the time you get there, you're so worn out and just fed up with everything that nothing's interesting, nothing isn't exciting or entertaining, and you're just worn out. You don't want to watch anymore. They make you want to change the channel.
Right. Jake, I think we've done all we can with this Raw tonight, man. Let's get the hell out of here.
I think we have destroyed it, that's for sure. Hopefully we can get together tomorrow and record some other stuff, but this was good as always. Thank you to the chat for being awesome. You guys are great. Go ahead and stay sexy, stay healthy. We'll see you Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday for the AEW review. Joe will see you tomorrow for Throwdown.
Last week's Throwdown was one of the best ever. It was crazy. So tomorrow night, Throwdown on Corrupted Nation. We'll see you guys for that. And thanks for being here tonight. I am going to pass out. I normally stay up or I stay later. I do longer things. But tonight, man, I'm dead. I get this show murdered me. No coffee, I'm dead. I'll probably be live tomorrow at some point in the day with some kind of stream. And I'll have some stuff up on Patreon for you. And tomorrow night's Throwdown. So see you guys for that. What's that, Drew?
And I had to rush it down my throat.
Oh, good night, Jake.
Good night, everybody.
The King, Luis Antonio Alejandro. Shout out to the top donator, the man that keeps us wet.
Jarek Melcher is the champ tonight.
A lot of small ones. And I had to rush it down my throat.